everyone, and welcome back to the V-Spot. I am so excited and grateful to be back with you for season 4 of the podcast. So it's been several weeks and I took a break because I wanted to really focus on what it was that I was up to, and I'm going to fill you in on that briefly, and take a moment to think about where I wanted to go with you for season 4. And so the second half of this episode will be focusing on what you can expect moving forward. And so let me start by sharing what it is that I was working on and why I decided to take a break for a moment so that I could really focus and create what it is that I was up to. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a story. And last year I did some work with a branding team, and we talked about the idea of launching a personal brand. You know, I am the brand after all. I am the coach. I am the consultant, I am the mental health counselor, I am the content creator, I am the facilitator, I am the speaker, I am the writer. So we talked about this idea that, you know, moving from intentionalhealingandwellness.com to Andrea Mancuso was something that I should consider. And I was resistant, you all. So I'm going to share a little bit about my resistance. I was resistant because intentional healing and wellness was very much my baby, you know, and I was feeling like I was letting go, even though it was simply the domain or my Instagram handle. I felt like I was letting go of something that I was so connected to and so proud of. So I was on a journey. But somewhere in the middle of last year, I decided that I wanted to step out from behind the business, because what I recognized is I was very much hiding behind the business in a lot of different ways. And I didn't realize it as it was happening. I realized it after the fact. And so I started to reflect and I started to really lean back and look at what it was that was occurring and what it was I was feeling connected to the business and the name and the letting go of and me being front and center. And I decided that despite feeling some apprehension and discomfort, I was going to move forward. And so I worked with a team and we were building a new platform. And, you know, at the end of November, the platform launched. And so I am officially now located at amandreamancuso.com. And I'm so excited because it literally is the official home of Heal Bravely. And it's an invitation, you know, to all of you, the brave hearts, who are so courageously running towards whatever it is that has been holding you and whatever it is that warrants intentional healing. And for those of you who are looking to create impact and leave the world better than you found it. And I was really excited to be very immersed in the launching of the platform. And so it was at that time that I was focused on that particular project and decided, you know, I'm going to start season 4 up on the other side of the launch so that I'm able to focus and really bring to you what it is that I wanted to create for season 4. And so that is a little bit about what has been going on. If you go to the old platform, you will be rerouted to the new. But you may have noticed that many of you are with me on Instagram and in different spaces. You may have already noticed that the platform names have changed. So on Instagram, I am officially I Am Andrea Mancuso, and the website IamAndreaMancuso.com, and that is now the home of this important body of work that I'm grateful for, that I'm proud of, and I'm excited to bring to you. And so it was a lot of focusing and working on, you know, the details to bring a lot of different creative ideas to life. And it's happened, you know, and so then the holidays and here we are. So I've been thinking a lot about what did I want to bring to you all for season 4 of the podcast. And what I realized is I wanted to bring to you more of what was already occurring, right? Because I looked back at several of the episodes and several of the seasons and really did some reflecting and digging, if you will. And what I found is that there's such powerful segments on the show, whether it be solo segments, whether it was segments with guests. There's been a ton of value and vulnerable display of, courageous shares and difficult conversations. And I like to call them courageous conversations. And there's been trust, and there's been faith, and there has been, raw authenticity and courage, and it really all is working. And so what I wanted to do was bring to you more of what's working. And so what I thought about for season 4 was, originally I toyed with the idea of having it be guest episodes, mainly solo episodes, mainly. And then I just thought, go where you feel guided in terms of inviting folks to come have conversations that you want to share space with, that you want to highlight what it is that's happening and have real, raw, unfiltered discussions about a whole bunch of different things. And so that's what I decided to do. So season 4 is going to be a combination of solo and guest episodes. And we will continue to have real, raw, authentic, honest, genuine, unfiltered, conversations about all different things. Topics that a lot of people feel uncomfortable about. We will shine the light on all of the things. We will move towards, the discomfort as opposed to moving away from it. And I will continue to sort of go where I feel guided in terms of bringing guests to share space with me in the V-Spot that I think you would enjoy hearing from, that I think based on what they're doing and who they are, that there's tremendous value in hearing about what they're up to. And that is how we will spend season 4. So I plan to, roll up my sleeves and go for it. I have a big wish list, and I plan to ask my wish list, will they join me in the V-Spot for some conversation? And it's my hope that all of the people that I want to share space with accept the invitation and will be gracing the space throughout season 4. And that is how we will navigate, we will talk about healing, we will talk about personal development work, we will talk about growth and all the difficult topics, what people have gone through, how they have accessed new ground on the other side of their particular journey, what they're up to, how they're committed to leaving this world better. And we will laugh together, we will cry together, we will, dig deep and really look within, and really talk about what it is that we're doing on a personal level so that we can lend to a collective healing as well. I do believe that right now the world is in absolute need of love and kindness and transformation. And I posted this on social media. We are the world. And so if we are looking out and talking about the world being in need of love and kindness and transformation, and we go a step deeper and recognize that we are the world, then we too are in need of love, kindness, and transformation. And so it starts with you. It starts with me. It absolutely starts with us. And it is my intention to have season 4 be a reflection of that and, allow for all the conversation to go wherever we feel guided to go, to touch upon topics that are important, that are necessary to have, the conversation around, to talk with guests who are willing to share of themselves, to use their story and their work and their overcoming and their insight and their perspectives to open something up for you all. And we will just continue to rock out and spend quality time together. So it's my hope that season 4 ups the ante in terms of vulnerability displayed, right? I usually touch on the context of vulnerability in the beginning of the season to let you know what you can expect. And as always, vulnerability in this space goes by Brene Brown's definition of it, which says to consist of 3 components: risk, uncertainty, and emotional exposure. So I always share that when guests come to the V-Spot, they are not told what they're going to be asked, right? So there's a level of uncertainty involved. And all of the questions that I do ask requires them to share of self. And so there is that emotional exposure. And the risk, well, we don't know how it will be perceived. Will people like it? Will people take to it? Will people listen? Will people not? There is a risk involved whenever we show up and speak. And so therein lies the risk portion. But I do believe that vulnerability, unlike what many people hold it to be a weakness, that it's a superpower. And so we will not be speaking about vulnerability week after week here in the V Spot. Showing up and having these types of conversations, inviting guests to join me and to spotlight certain topics and speak about all things, right? Healing, life, mental health, overcoming, addiction, abuse, all the different categories. That's a display of vulnerability, so the V Spot continues to hold that as the context, where it is not a talking about vulnerability, it's the demonstration of, by being willing to have courageous conversations and show up. And that goes for myself too, because when I show up and have these conversations, it's difficult a lot of times to talk about some of the personal, and the stories and where it comes from and the topics at hand and share of self. And therein lies the vulnerability. And so for season 4 of the V Spot, you can count on that continuing to be the case here. And you can also count on creative ways for me to up the ante so that you get more and more insight and look into, behind the curtain, if you will, and have conversations with me, have conversations with others where you are able to tune in and access something about yourself, because that's always the point here. I share stories, insights, perspectives, all in hopes that you'll hear it and something will crack open for you. And so for season 4 of the V Spot, that is exactly what's going to continue. And it's my hope that you will be here, get cozy. Segments will be in similar duration as last time. Solo episodes range anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes, and guest episodes are usually double that because of the fact that it's a conversation. But that is what we are up to for season 4 of the V Spot, and I'm so excited to be back. The hotline is still in existence. If you want to call the number, that is still something that is possible. So should you desire to reach out and ask a question or leave some input, you can always call 347-676-1956. The number is still available, so I'm open, to hear from you. And the last thing that I want to say is, if you are interested in going on a journey together, and 2024 is your year to invest in yourself, to focus on you, please reach out to me, because right now there are 2 ways that we can work together. I have my traditional 12-session coaching package, which is 3 months. It's 12 sessions that are 60 minutes each. Or I have my 90-minute coaching intensive, which is designed to dig deep and really go in, in a particular area of your life where you get to decide what it is you want to focus on. And we get together and we roll up our sleeves and we go in. So, choose you and limit distractions in 2024 and focus on what it is that you desire, what it is that you want to call forward, what it is that you want to create. And listen, no judgment if you are not sure, because it's very common. I talk with clients all the time, and I hear from them that they're not sure what they want. And I remember sitting in a space not being sure either. And I remember wanting so badly to know, what is it? What is it that I really want? And what is my purpose? That was something too that I really felt called to do work around. So if you're someone who is in discovery and you're not sure what it is, I want you to know that that's okay. It's totally normal, right? So we could go on a journey and discover things together. The last thing I want to say for this episode is it's a new year and it's same you. Right? So you hear all the time, new year, new me. No, new year, same you. And the only way things are going to be different is if you decide that you want them to be different. And I speak of this often. Your indecision is keeping you from reaching certain goals. And so it's my hope that at the top of the year, you take some time to reflect and you think about what is it that you want and make a concrete decision on it. Because unless you decide that now is your time and you're willing to put your ass on the line and do what it takes to turn the thing out, it's not going to serve you to stay in the land of like swirl, right? We really want you to make a decision so that then you could take inspired and intentional action to have the thing turn out. So it is a new year, it is same you, but if you have decided, or you in this moment are deciding that it's your time, 2024 is your time to shine, that you're not going to give energy to the things that don't serve you, right? That you're willing to give energy to what it is that you want to be different in your life and you want support, please reach out to me. I would love to go on a journey and be able to support you through. So you can reach out to me. I am AndreaMancuso.com on the website. You can reach out to me on Instagram. I am Andrea Mancuso. I'm also on LinkedIn. And this season, you will hear a lot about the corporate trainings that are available, the school trainings that are available, and the speaking engagements that I am committed to, calling forward. So if you are someone who is interested in, bringing me in to speak with your team and I curate all of the training sessions, please reach out to me, and I am currently booking speaking opportunities for 2024. So don't hesitate. Let's talk about, your event, your vision, even your coaching, your private coaching container. If you, bring guests in, let's speak about the opportunity. But that is what I am up to in this particular season of my life. And I'm grateful to be back, season 4 of the V-Spot. I missed you. I'm excited to go on this journey with you. And stay tuned for all the things solo, for all the things guest episode. Make a decision, folks, and we will rock out and chill and spend quality time together here in the V-Spot. So thank you for tuning in. Welcome back. This is going to be a great one, I promise you. And until we meet again for the next episode, to be continued.